Hello. I have a head rush now. I don't know what microphone to use. I guess this one. Hey. Okay. I'm going to play a song that I initially wrote to myself. At the time, I was a homeless heroin addict and alcoholic. I sang downtown for spare change. My guitar was falling apart, and so was I. I'd been depressed and suicidal since the 5th grade, horribly insecure, sad, and terrified for as long as I can remember. I had been in and out of therapy, each new expert labeling me with an ever more dismal diagnosis. Sometimes they medicated me into a stupor, and once I was hospitalized for 2 weeks at the age of 14. At 15, I ran away from home to escape various forms of abuse and neglect. I was also running from myself. I sickened myself, believing I was a broken waste of space. I mourned my inability to just be normal. So when I found drugs and alcohol, I embraced them completely. Here was relief, oblivion, belonging, and freedom in a bottle, in a pill, in a needle, in a rolled up dollar bill. I used as much as possible, as often as possible. From the very beginning, I had no control. But I was very easily duped into believing I'd found an answer. I didn't have it in me to commit suicide, although I desperately wanted out. I didn't know how to find help for all the pain that I was in. So I let drugs and alcohol have their way with me. Sometimes they felt like salvation, but I knew deep down it was a lie. And if one day I happened to overdo it and die, well, that would be okay. Oh, I suspected I was beyond repair. I trudged through a bleak, depressing life, and in the despair I seemed to have been born with grew quickly into a hulking, uncontrollable thing. I used more and more until those solutions almost destroyed me. Every time I woke up from another night of partying, from another blackout, or the occasional overdose, I felt a confusing and exasperating mix of relief and resentment. After 16 years of this, I finally found help. I was finally beaten down enough to hear a still, small voice that said, "Stop, that's enough now, come alive." I wrote this song when I was so desperately lonely I felt inhuman. I'd completely lost my way, and I did not know how to get better. I wished I had someone to encourage me, to believe in me, but I only had myself at that point. And so I sang to myself, from a teeny, tiny little part of me that believed I might be worth saving. I barely believed that, but I kept holding on, and I'm profoundly grateful that I did, because today I sing this song from the other side. I'm over 2 years sober. Thank you. I'm also unmedicated, surprisingly. And I'm so deeply happy most days it feels unreal. If you take only one thing from me today, I hope it's this. There is a deep, burning fire inside every single one of us. Even if sometimes we may feel so wounded, we fear there's no possible way to recover. But know this, know it in that tender, innocent, perfect part of you. That fire never goes out. It lives in a part that is always safe and waits with infinite strength and patience. And it will light you up with a shine that can blind the world. So grab whatever shred of hope you can, hold it with a fierceness, and you must believe you'll make it through. I hope all this works. This is called the Stop Song. Yeah, it is. You're far too young to be feeling this bad, baby. And you're much too young to really believe that you'll always be alone. Hey, I know it's hard to move sometimes, but let alone keep walking on this long and lonely road. But you gotta stop, put down the beer and let yourself sleep. Oh, let your head clear. Tell yourself it's gonna be okay if you can make it through to another day. Oh, stop and put down the beer, just let yourself sleep, let your head clear, and tell yourself it's gonna be okay, cause you can make it through to another day. Hey. You think that no one cares, but we're all so worried for you. And you're wrestling with demons, but it's stuff that we've all been through. And there's a light at the end, whether you believe it or not. You better hang on to your faith, girl, cause sometimes that's all we've got. And you gotta stop, put down the fear. Oh, let yourself sleep, just let your head clear. Tell yourself it's gonna be okay, cause you can make it through to another day. You'll stop and put down the fear. Just let yourself sleep, or let your head clear. Tell yourself it's gonna be okay, cause you can make it through to another day. When the weight of it all won't get off your chest and the bad dreams stay in your head, don't feel at home no matter where you go. You're not safe even in your own bed. But when you feel too scared to walk down the street, when you feel afraid of the people you meet, sometimes you gotta fight your way out of your own head. Oh, fight yourself and try something new instead. And stop, put down the fear. Just let yourself sleep and let your head clear. Tell yourself it's gonna be okay, cause you can make it through to another day. You'll stop and put down the fear. Just let yourself sleep or let your head clear. Tell yourself it's gonna be okay, cause you can make it through to another day. Thank you.